We have some huge Star Trek fans around here that are very excited for this game. Now, the Game Developers Conference is coming to Canada for the very first time, and recently we spoke with advisory board member and 3Wave Software CEO Dan Irish about what GDC Canada will mean for the Canadian games industry.
As you already know, GDC has landed in Canada, and last week we talked to Kelly Zmack about what you can expect to see at the conference. And now we're going to talk to Dan Irish of 3Wave about how it got here and how it will affect the industry. Dan, how did GDC end up in Canada?
GDC ended up in Canada because industry leaders here in Vancouver and in Montreal came together and asked ourselves, what could we do to take excellence in video game development to the next level? GDC San Francisco is a really exciting and critical event to the game industry, but so many games come out of Canada. A lot of people don't know that. So the industry leaders got together and really requested this from people at Think Services and some of the local production companies. We got together and we put together this GDC Canada event.
So not only is GDC happening in Canada, but it's happening here in Vancouver. How does having a conference like that in your hometown help the industry?
It helps the industry a number of ways. The first way would be just bringing so many professionals together. There's going to be a draw internationally, and by bringing it to Canada, it's just going to bring a certain amount of attention and focus. The second opportunity is you're going to be able to learn from the best at this event in whatever discipline that is.
What is your opinion on the status of the current industry in Vancouver?
The current industry in Vancouver, I think, it's going through some challenging times, but I think will continue to remain healthy. But for right now, there's a lot of changes in priorities. And as the economy changes and publishers change their priorities and consumers change their priorities in terms of what they're going to buy, and I think Vancouver will return to full employment. But for right now, there's always going to be a transition between the economy and what consumer purchases are and what the game developers can develop. The thing to remember is that game developers take 2 years to make a game. So the changes kind of that you're seeing now won't really be realized in the market for another 2 years. That being said, in a year from now, you're going to see that demand pick up, and certainly in 2012 you're going to see that demand pick up. So I think it's going to be right back to the boom times as soon as we're through this short readjustment cycle.
For more information on these topics, stay tuned to EP because we will be at GDC in March and at GDC Canada in May.
Dan and his company 3Wave are working on the multiplayer component for Atari's Ghostbusters, which hits this June. Can't wait for that. Now stick around. EP's coming right back.